What's up, guys? It's Pete, PeteS.com. Hope you guys are doing good, and I hope you guys are doing great. It is 4:49 a.m. in the morning, and I just want to share a little story with you. Yesterday, actually, this whole weekend was great. Had a huge, impacting weekend with a bunch of strength coaches. We had a little seminar, a little mastermind group, business mastermind group for fitness people, and stuff like that. And it was really cool. Um, And I'm always rejuvenated after doing that. Always feel like I can do a lot of stuff, and I do get a lot of things accomplished. That's some cardboard boxes in the back there. Someone's got to clean. So, last night, I went back to stand-up comedy. Did I do a gig? It's not a gig, it was an open mic, which means there was a free mic up there. They give me 5 to 10 minutes. It ended up being 3 to 4 because they booked so many comics that night that it was a hellhole. No one watches you, no one cares. It's just a bunch of comics in the room that go, huh? And if they say that, that means it might be some type of, there might be some promise in the joke. But if you get laughs, it's cool too. Even if it's not like an uproar like it used to be, it's just something that at least they acknowledge you and not talking over you or there's complete dead silence. So, but the entire time I was sitting there, I finished doing crank and doing all my work and all that stuff, and I left here at like 9:30 after cleaning up. They started at 9 o'clock, and they end at around 11:30. But I was making every excuse not to go. Every excuse not to go inside my head. I was making an excuse not to go up, not to ride there, not to take a ride. I'm too tired. I didn't want to do it. What if there's a lot of people? There's a lot of comics there, and I said, you know what? Just drive there. Just do it. Just do it because you said you're gonna do it. You said you're gonna do it, and man up and just do it. So I ended up driving there, and I get there, and there's like 85 comics up there. It's like 17 comics up there, and that's a long time, people. That's a long time for Monday night. And I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. I was like, hey man, if you could squeeze me in, please, let me know. If not, then it's cool. So he's like, no, I'll squeeze you in, yada yada yada. He's like, I remember you from a while ago, and I could definitely try to get you up. So they're trying to get me up the entire time. And during the process of me waiting, I'm watching all these people come up, and I was telling them, I was like, you know what? I was like, dude, if you want to bump me, you can bump me off. I don't have to go today. I come back in 2 weeks. And I was giving excuses. Tons of excuses. My feet got cold. I started like thinking about stuff. I was like, and I was trying to bail out. I was trying to bail. I was gonna jump ship, and then I wouldn't have to do it. So uncomfortable. But you know what I did? I stayed up. I stayed there and I forced myself to shut the f up, and I just did it. Whether it was good, bad, weird, not funny, funny, I went up there and I completed the task. Okay, while I was up there, it was such a weird, different feeling than it used to be. It wasn't exactly what I remembered it to be, but being up there was the biggest key for me to do. I watched it and I was like, oh, when I was up there, I was like, this is terrible. I'm horrible. I'm just bombing. And then I watched the tape and I wasn't bombing. And am I going to show it to you? No. It's an open mic. Okay, people, and I know the way comedy is, and people judge you off your sets, and it's an open mic. You don't crush the open mic sometimes, and it was a weird feeling. I watched it, and I was really looking for stage presence and timing and stuff like that. And did I get some laughs? And yes, I did. So I got the laughs, and my job was done. The passion also has changed, which I'll talk about tomorrow, from one thing to the other, because I have more passion doing these videos than I was up there. And that's another thing that made me realize, and it got me. So that was one of the weirder things. So all I gotta say is that you can make every excuse in the world to not do something. You could, and it's gonna better yourself. Whether it's to take a jump, take a leap, to start something new, to be fresh, it's gonna be uncomfortable. The only way that you'll know is to take that leap. You only know that you're going to be uncomfortable. You only know you're going to succeed is when it's so uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable you want to leave. It's so uncomfortable you want to get out of there. I want it out of there. But I ended up staying. 3 points. 3 points. Google Glasses. And that's what you got to do. You don't not take action. You just go with it. And I went with it. And what's the worst thing that happens when you fight your fear? You just conquer it. See you guys later. I'm Pete. PeteIsip.com, Cranksip.com. Have a great Tuesday, people.